What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button as y'all come on in here. We have to have a conversation about black Trump supporters and like their ideology, how delusional they are, and how embarrassing they are all across the board. This is a conversation that I felt like I've been wanting to have for a while, but something happened like 2 days ago, and it just made me chuckle to myself at all the people who was trying to tell us that Donald Trump, we have been brainwashed to believe he's racist. We've been brainwashed to think that he's against black people. It was all a figment of our imagination when we were saying that, hey man, no, this he comes across as very racist. Very racist. They was telling us we were delusional ourselves, right? And yeah, man, we gonna have a conversation about it this evening. But what's going on, y'all? Dwayne Coleman, what's happening, man? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me clearly? I'm hoping so, cause we gonna be going on one today. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody doing well. Why you think so many black people support Trump? I'm gonna give you the reasonings for it in a minute, right? We're gonna talk about it. Um, Cornell, what's going on, brother? Yes, black Trump supporters are insufferable. PJ, what's happening, man? What's going on in Sacktown, man? Sacramento. Shay, what's happening with you, man? Uh, I didn't even see Ricky Smiley say that, but I'm gonna have that convert. Speaking, I'm gonna screenshot that what you just said real quick so I can have a conversation about that. Yeah, Judge Joe Brown type black folks. Black Mall, what's happening, man? I don't find him a racist. I just think he has a difference of opinion. And if he has a difference of opinion, I don't find it racist. We used to play the dozens back in my day, and we was tough men. We was tough and we was strong, and we knew how to play the dozens. That's Judge O'Brien, y'all. Ah, that's Judge O'Brien, y'all. Um, I'm counting all black people in this conversation, all black people, even black people all across the diaspora, but black Americans specifically though. Black, I'm matter of fact, yeah, we gonna talk to the black Americans specifically though that ride for Donald Trump. Matter of fact, yeah, we gonna say to the black Americans specifically for sure. But I wouldn't find him a racist. I would just say we need to know how to play the dozens and be tough and be mean. And in my day, you could say, if he's a racist, then we just need to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and eat them butter biscuits that I enjoy so much, and not the ones from Popeyes, the ones from inside of Massa's house, inside of that nice oven that we black folks are never good enough to get. Even me, I'm a judge, and I'm not good enough. The white man better than me. Yeah, Kwame Brown, aka Kwame Clown, all these individuals. We're gonna have a conversation about it, man. I'm trying to wait till the audience builds up a little bit more, and then we're gonna dive into all of it, man. Um I know this is an odd hour for some people. Some people just getting off work. Some people maybe still running errands, going to the grocery store before they go home, getting food and whatnot. So I understand, but I'm like, man, let me go ahead and make this content and get this live stream done while I still got some energy about myself. Uh, oh man, pass the joint pods. I appreciate the donation, man. It mean a lot to me and my family, boss. I appreciate you. The 420 donation too. I see you, brother. You know what I mean? Or it might be a sister. I don't know if it's a guy or a woman, so I shouldn't say brother. It could be a woman as well. But yeah, black Trump supporters are absolutely embarrassing, right? Where am I? Where is this coming from? So the other day, we saw that the Trump administration has removed Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth as holidays that include free entrance to national parks, but instead, they are adding Donald Trump's birthday to replace that, right? Um, so look, when I saw this, they said, look, we are removing Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth as holidays that include free entrance to national parks. And instead, we're gonna replace it with Donald Trump's birthday. You know what? He could have just added his birthday to the mix. But instead, he said, you know what? I'm gonna take these black holidays. We're gonna remove this shit immediately. Right? We're gonna remove these holidays immediately. And I'm gonna put my birthday in, but we're gonna take away them black holidays, right? And so when I look at black Trump supporters, because they were swearing up and down that we were lied to about Donald Trump being a racist. We were lied to about the Trump administration being against us. It was all in our head. So what the hell is this right here? Right? What is this? Because I promise you, somewhere it's a butter biscuit eating nocturnal animal sitting here saying that ain't racist. Shoo, I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. Donald Trump is out here trying to erase black history at every turn. The Trump administration trying to eradicate our history altogether, right? And it's somewhere it's black folks making excuses for that, right? Because they want to stick to their vote and stick to their guns because they were told that Donald Trump was going to financially liberate all of us. And I sit here before y'all on this Monday evening and saying to myself, why the hell would people think Donald Trump is going to financially liberate us when he didn't do the shit the first term he had? He going to do it now? He gonna do it now. You remember everybody was telling us, y'all gotta hear him out and listen to him and all of that. He in office now, and he not even trying to act like he not even acting like he out here riding for black folks in any way. He's not even acting like he's supporting the black community in any way. He not even acting like it. He letting you know, man, I'm not get this black history up out of here, getting it out the way. He not even faking the funk. Right? So all the people that was, hey, listen, hear him out. Listen to what he got to say, man. Look, he telling black folks, man, kiss his you know what and kiss the boo. You know what I mean? It pisses me off, but I can vouch that he isn't telling other blacks to vote for him. He would say, if you're in that tax bracket, though, it benefits you to vote for Trump. Are you talking about who you said previously, right? The guy you was talking about earlier. Yeah, use them exactly. Donald Trump, he used them for votes and said bye. I appreciate y'all and using black folks as photo ops, bringing every black person around him, hey, come on around him and make it seem like he's so encompassing. He's so encompassing. I'm trying to say that word. Like he's trying to bring us all around him like he's just, he loves us. He trying to keep us like, making it look a certain way. Man, he don't care. He don't give a rat's ass, and now they seeing it now. So I know all the Trump voters, I hope every black Trump supporter and voter feels stupid and feels duped, and because all of them ran with he looking out for us. I remember, you know what? When I was in, this was in 2020, right after Joe Biden became president, and we in the bar. I'm in the barber shop, and one of the barbers in there is riding out for Trump. Why you say he racist? Because they told you he was racist. No, I first of all, I remember the Central Park Five, right? And how he wanted them. He was standing loudly and proudly putting an ad to have them what's the word I'm looking for? To have them on the death penalty. He was putting ads in newspapers to have them put on the give them the death penalty, right? He was advocating for them to get the death penalty. And then when he found out they were exonerated, we didn't see one apology or nothing. He didn't give a damn, and black folks still, red look. And it's black men. It's 5 black men who are wrongfully accused of violating a woman in the worst way possible, right? Donald Trump put ads in the newspaper telling all of them, give them the electric chair, give them the death penalty. Young black men was out here in barbershops riding up for Donald Trump, right? That could have been you. That could have been your black ass. That could have been your kids, right? That kid picking your kid out of a lineup for no reason. Kids that ain't done nothing. And then when it came out that these kids were found to be innocent, we didn't see an apology. To this day. He ain't apologized for that. He don't care. And y'all and black men was up there riding strong with him. Like, what are we talking about? But like you said, there's one in every barbershop. Wrong place, wrong time. And he said, kill them, get rid of them, eliminate them. Hold on, man. I got a membership, man. Jude got game, and I appreciate that, man. All love, man. I appreciate that support, man. It means a lot to me and my family, man. But yeah, like the only reason Trump won was because of people's disdain for Biden and Kamala. Man, people gotta. So Trump's first term wasn't as bad as this term is. He was just typical, probably first time around. This term is just nonsense. Man, listen. Trump said that they didn't deserve their settlement win. Yeah, exactly. He did say that. They didn't deserve their settlement win, their settlement win. Trump is obviously mentally declining. What stands is his selfishness. His agenda is not the only thing being pushed. His agenda is not the only thing being pushed right now. Man, let me tell you something. He's mentally declining. Yeah. I'm going to say this too. Black men, if somebody asked me, why do I think said Obama's half African, but was the trigger that told them they need to grab back power? Absolutely. Donald Trump being put in office is a direct response to Barack Obama being president. Absolutely. There were some people, I'll bring this up, past the joint. I remember a classmate of mine in college. She told me when she was in school and Barack Obama was elected president, she's a few years younger than me. So she was in high school at the time that Barack Obama won the election and all of that. No, wait. Yeah, the first time she was in elementary school because I was in high school. And she went to a predominantly white Catholic private school. And she said her teacher, when Barack Obama became president, she had a pregnant white teacher who said, oh my God, Barack Obama is going to snatch my baby out of my stomach. He's going to snatch my baby out of my stomach. There's like people she thought he was the Antichrist, right? She was out here acting like Barack Obama was the Antichrist. It's a lot of it was a lot of white Americans who was like, oh my God, we not having black folks got too to them. Like you said, black folks got too uppity to them. Got too uppity for them. And they said, oh no, y'all in here getting uppity? Are we gonna bring a regime up in here that's gonna be all against all that black stuff that y'all love? We gonna bring a regime up in here who is against all of that. So when Make America Great Again came about, oh my God. I remember when I was in grad school, when Barack Obama became when Donald Trump became president, right? 2016. I was in grad school at a predominantly white institution at the time because I went to a HBCU for undergrad, and then I went to a predominantly white institution for grad school at Arkansas State University. I'm in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The amount of Make America Great Again signs that I saw, coupled with Confederate flag stickers, that shit was like I was in a Twilight Zone. I had never seen nothing like that. I had never seen nothing like that in my life. Right? Like that's why when they always used to say MAGA isn't racist, I said bullshit, because in Jonesboro, Arkansas, every car that had a Make America Great Again sticker on their car also had a Confederate flag flying on their car at the same time. So you tell me what that's about. You tell me what that's about. All right. I was in ground zero. I remember I went to the polls to go vote, and I promise y'all, I went up in there. It was weird. I felt like we was the only black folks up in there. And every other person that was in there, I looked like, yeah, y'all look like y'all was some descendants. Y'all were the descendants of members of the Klan, 100%. You know what I mean? It was feeling that was the feeling I was having, you know? So yeah, man, I'm looking at what my dog talking to Grubman Media said. What's up, Mac? Also, another reason why Trump ran for president because Obama roasted him at his event, and they said he was livid and couldn't take it. Man, listen, yup, I'm sure that's the reason why, 100%, 100%. And then, like somebody else said, when Barack Obama became president, bashing Michelle Obama, calling Michelle Obama a man and dude, and all that silly ass stuff, right? You saw all that happen. Putting Donald Trump in office was, oh, we pushing back against that black the black uppity behavior. All that uppity behavior y'all got going on, that's what they were saying to us. We putting somebody in office to put that in check. And so you saw the Make America Great Again movement rise from that all the way through and through. Said we should never be shocked at the Trump support in our community. Go back and what he said, go back and fact check how many of us supported the mass incarceration of ourselves during Clinton presidency. And then he said, Obama let Trump make him produces his paper like a dog when he was the most powerful man in the world. Hold on, there's a white chick making a GoFundMe after calling a couple the hard R. Man, listen, it's all stuff going on. But look, so somebody, when I first came on the live stream, somebody said, why do you think people support Donald Trump typically? Why black folks? Why are black people support? Exactly, talking in Grubbin Media. What has Donald Trump done for black folks? Because always they say, man, Obama didn't do nothing for us. Okay, cool. What did Donald Trump do for you? Tell me, what did he do for black folks? Give me what he's done for black folks. Since black folks be riding strong. I never seen black folks ride strong for Donald Trump as if he done some shit for us. Nothing whatsoever. None. And they get to hollering about the goddamn stimulus check. That ain't from him. Because he said put his name on it. Oh, Donald Trump was looking out for us. I'm like, but brother, if y'all really to buck dance for how much we got in that stimulus check? How much was the stimulus check worth? I forgot. What did we get from that stimulus check? $1,200, $1,300? Y'all willing to buck dance that hard for $1,300, $1,200? Then you ready to call Donald Trump your daddy after that? Are you for real? It gets absolutely ridiculous all the way. But a big reason why you saw a lot of black Trump supporters, one, I think a lot of people think, right, exactly, the stimulus check wasn't specifically for the black community either. That's correct. Absolutely, Charlie X. But the reason why we saw a rise in black Trump supporters was that, like, there are people who believe being contrarians is a form of intelligence. Y'all know these type of people who think, if people that think because I'm thinking different, I'm on a higher plane of thinking. And they think being on the opposite side of black folks and the opposite side of what black people deem acceptable, that makes them more intelligent. It makes them more astute. Right? That's the same people that think Kanye West is this all-seeing eye when he said, slavery was a choice. And some black folks, if you really think about it, it's for real. Kanye on a different level, all that silly stuff that they was riding with Kanye saying. And as a Southside Chicagoan myself, I checked Kanye, right? Because I'm not having it. I'm not having it. So all of that, Kanye he was a free. Oh yeah, exactly, Brian Chapman. The free thinkers, right? And they think supporting Donald Trump is black folks that think being Trump supporters makes them a free thinker. It makes you a dumb thinker, a non-thinker. Matter of fact, let me go say that you don't think at all if you're supporting that, right? And then there are also people who are fixated with this proximity of, excuse me, not proximity, who are fixated with this allure of white proximity, right? Oh, I'm standing next to the white folks. It's certain black folks who put white folk, like it's some black folks that think white ice is colder, right? We have grown up, it's a lot of black folks that have grown up in such harsh conditions that some of our brains have been brainwashed to believe that everything white associated is better, right? Staying in white neighborhoods mean you better. Staying going to school with white folks mean you better, right? Having white friends means you're better. Being the only black person at a job filled with predominantly white folks means you're better. Yes, being able to rub elbows with these white folks means somehow, some way, you're a better black person because of this. You're the cream of the crop. If you're that's why you got a lot. There are certain black folks at jobs where it's predominantly white people, and they take pride in the fact that they're the only black person there. They want to gatekeep so they can continue being one of the only black people there. They don't want too many black people in because it'll water down their prestige. Shit like that, right? There are certain people who are fixated with the allure of white proximity. So that's why they Trump support. Man, shoot. And hey man, the white folk, they gotta be right. These white folks, they've been over here. They've been running stuff for a while. They got to be right. So if they riding with them out, hey, look, we got to go and come over here where they at to get what they got. Not knowing they not going to let you get what they got, Negro. You're not going to be able to get nothing that they got. What they have is not going to be given to you. It's not going to be accessible to you. You're not going to have a seat at the table, dummy. Stupid. You're not going to have a seat at the table with them. They're not going to look at you as some upper echelon black Negro. Not at all. They're going to use you like a token. You're going to be their Toby. And then after they're done with you, they're going to wash their hands with you. Same way Donald Trump took all them photo ops with people and told them all, bye Negroes, bye. After he got into after he became the commander in chief once again, after he got in office, bye. And they're nowhere to be found. He ain't got black folks around him no more. All them black folks he was trying to have around him, all these black Trump supporters, where are they now? He don't keep them around him at all, right? So, and then finally, the people when we talk about why some black people support Donald Trump, and I'm gonna speak about this is a big one. There are certain black folks who have been rejected by black culture, right? And they alleviate their hurt by identifying with an extreme counterculture, right? There are certain black folks who feel like they have been rejected or alienated by black culture. You know, the black folks that be like, oh, when I was the Sage Steels, RG3s, when I was in school, the black folks, they made fun of me. They didn't accept me. They said I talked a certain way. They said I talked white. They made fun of my hair. They made fun of my clothing. And so to get back at black folks, now I'm gonna side with the oppressors. That'll teach you guys. The fuck you hurting yourself? What are you talking about? Hey, to alleviate that pain that they felt, now I'm going to side with the oppressors. And that'll show you guys Byron, Donald, Barack, now daddy's home, calling another man daddy. Man, what are you talking? Calling Donald Trump daddy? Weirdo behavior. And this crazy thing about it is that MAGA movement pushes that we're the real masculine man. We're the beacons of masculinity. But you out here calling another man, as a grown-ass man, you out here calling another man your daddy. Are you stupid or what? Right? But yeah, man, let's be for real, SL, right? Black people be roasting everybody. All of us didn't get roasted before, and we didn't roasted people back. But there's certain black folks, they made fun of me. The black people, they talked about me. So now they're dedicated to siding with oppressors as if that's going to fix the issue. That they're going to change something. No, they're not going to look, they're not going to look at you as one of them. Like you said, yeah, every black school you didn't been to, people didn't got roasted. Even the popular kids didn't got roasted before. Right? You know what I'm saying? You just learn how to roast back. What y'all boy Judge Joe Brown be saying? Judge Joe Brown here. I just learned how to play the dozens. Back in my day, I wouldn't find a man like Donald Trump racist. I wouldn't find Charlie Kirk racist at all. I would say, he's just being an American. We got to learn how to play the dozens. I wouldn't find him a racist. Just play the dozens. Back in my day, men was tough. We were tough men. We were tough and we were strong. Goofy, Judge O'Brown, he's another a butter biscuit eating bug dancer to the core. He is a senile butter biscuit eating bug dancer all the way to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like those Somalians in Minnesota out there begging, please let us stay. Listen, and I'm gonna say this: Somalians got a lot. They got anti-black issues all within their culture a lot. For real. There's a lot of anti-blackness all across the Somali culture in general. But yeah, Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels. He out here. He's a Mr. Potato Head. He's definitely a butter biscuit eating soldier, all the way to the core. See, yep, Joe is an absolute. He is a apologist for anti-black folks. He is a white supremacist apologist to the extreme. Getting on YouTube talking about, I wouldn't find Charlie Kirk a racist. Well, what would you call him? You hear me? Like, Judge Joe Brown, one of the men that probably told black folks to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps, riding out for Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk would have looked at Judge Joe Brown and say, hey, pal, I know you're a judge. I don't think you're qualified, sir. Judge Joe Brown, I don't think you're qualified. Are you qualified, pal? Hey, pal, I don't know if you're qualified. I don't know if you earned I don't know if you earned that gavel. Hey, pal, I don't trust that you earned that. Because Charlie Kirk said, if he sees a black pilot, he's going to say, boy, I hope they're qualified. Boy, I hope they're qualified. As if, like, what if black pilots got to be the most qualified people around to be a pilot? And do you think any airlines is going to hire a pilot just for affirmative action? No, people's lives are at stake. Pilots have people's lives in their hands. Do you think they want to risk getting sued just to put a black pilot in position? That's stupid. He said, nah, Charlie Kirk would say, hey, pal, you might be one of the good ones. You might be one of the good ones, my friend. We need more of you around. Why can't they all be like you, Judge Joe Brown? Yeah, man. Does anybody find it funny when Anton brags about how he was a player back in the day before he met his wife? Absolutely. He was never a player. I'm going to tell you this right now. Anton Daniels ain't had no women before he got with his wife. That's why as soon as he found a woman that liked him, he hurried up and put a ring on her hand. And I'm not disrespecting marriage. I'm not disrespecting people who found love at first sight within our black community at all. But let's be for real. As people, women, I want y'all opinion too. Does Anton Daniels appear as a man who was a player back in the day? Does he appear to be a man that had a whole bunch of women just running after him when he was younger? I'm going to ask the women in the chat. Does he come across as that? Hell no. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, hell no. He out here acting like he just had women by the dozen. Shut up. No. And that's why he hates women so much. Men that was getting women like that, we don't like men. No, I'm not gonna put myself in that. No, any men that was hating women, that was getting women like that, they don't run around hating women. He wishing hellfire on all black women. That motherfucker Anton Daniels, he wishes hellfire on all black women, all for real, majority of them. And if you was getting women like that, you wouldn't carry that on you. That wouldn't even been in your spirit, for real. That wouldn't even be in your spirit if you was getting women like that. No, you wouldn't. Because you would say, I don't got no reason to hate these women. They love me. They've shown me a ton of affection over the years. So you wouldn't even be acting like that, Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, man. But all Anton Daniels' vagina came with a receipt. Yeah, talking like he was the biggest player around. Yeah, man. What? Anton Daniels, the dude at the job that was trying to buy the girl lunch every day, hoping she was gonna give him the number. He buying her lunch, taking her all up and down the strip to go eat it somewhere every day, and she still ain't interested. He giving her a ride to the house. She still, nah. Anton, he's still getting that half hug from the girl. She half hugging him. And he, in his mind, he was the biggest pimp alive. I have no empathy or sympathy for Anton Daniels because this is a man, Anton Daniels, that has openly spoke against reparations and said, I hope they charge you Negroes to breathe air. I hope they don't give y'all ish. Like, I'm talking about spoke against reparations with his chest out, right? And this ain't about, oh, if black people gonna get it or not. We know they ain't gonna give it to us. But for his black ass to get up there and say on his platform he was against it and he ain't against people, he want to work for his. You know, I hate when black folks try to think they sound so um prestigious and sound so they think they sound so eloquent and they sound masculine when they say, I don't want no handouts. I'm not taking any handouts at all. Little do you know, the men in white America that you praise, that you bootleg, oh, they'll take a handout or two or three or four or five. They taking them handouts any day of the week. And they gonna lie to you and say they ain't gonna get it. We ain't taking no handouts, but they taking it like it ain't nothing. They taking handouts like it ain't nothing. People that say they against food stamps, I guarantee you, even if the rich got it, they would use it. Even if the rich were offered food stamps, they would use it without question. If they were offered SNAP benefits, you think they turning it down? They ain't turning nothing down but they collar. Because they don't want to have to pay for it at all, even if they rich. That's why rich people still want to get into places for free all the time. So what is we talking about? Yeah, that's how a lot of white America got where they are. Handouts and people knowing the right person, or they family passing down generational wealth, you know, after they didn't got handouts from over here and over there, or they didn't did some shicey stuff to get some paper, and then they sit and lie to black folks and say, I got it out the mud. I picked myself up by the bootstraps. I slugged through the mud and went through the trenches to get to get whatever I have. I slaved for this. I worked all day and night for this. No, they didn't. They sit up there and tell you that and lie to you and say that they were, you know, they went through hell to get whatever they got. No, they didn't. All they had to do was get older and the stuff was passed down to them. Let's be for real. And unfortunately, because of systemic racism and how our people have been oppressed for years, we don't have generational wealth that they have at all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them didn't got ahead from stealing and doing the most shicey stuff you can imagine. And they will sit here and tell black folks, we got it out the mud. Lying like hell. Lying like hell, man. Hey man, DJ man, I appreciate that donation, brother. That mean a lot to me, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. The rich became rich because of subsidy, man. For real, man. So all of that, and that's why I said, man, black folks thinking that, you know, because I was made fun of by black people, and you think, oh, I'm gonna go side with the oppressor to get back at black America. You're hurting yourself. Because no matter how much you bootleg to them, they are never going to look at you as an equal. They are never going to have your best interest at heart at all. Look at since Donald Trump has been in office, he got all these black supporters. What has he done for black people? What has he done for black folks? Other than, I mean, he trying to eradicate our history altogether. Said, thank you, black folks, for voting for me. Now I'm about to get rid of y'all and everything. We're going to get rid of y'all existence in a lot of historical aspects. And so what? And then he says he will do that and say, so what? So what? You shouldn't have voted for me. Ha! I'm the president. I do what I want to do. You know? But yeah, like, man, he said banks get bailed out all the time. Yeah, we got to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. They love hollering that out. Love hollering that out, right? Now, let's just think about this, right? At the beginning of the video, I told y'all the Trump administration has removed Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth as holidays that include free entrance to national parks. I'm gonna repeat that. The Trump administration removed MLK Day and Juneteenth from the days. They removed MLK Day and Juneteenth as holidays that include free entrance to national parks. Right now, they always try to use Martin Luther King Jr. They try to play him as their good Negro, right? Even though we all know that black folks, we know the truth, right? They love to only quote that "I have a dream" speech. But doing that's a loud and clear message. I hear black people saying, we don't even go to the national parks. That's not the point, dummy. It's the principle of what they're doing, right? Trying to take away the black, yeah. Exactly. Martin Luther King Jr. was about that action. And I want my black folks to stop disrespecting him. They think that when Martin Luther King Jr. was advocating for integration, that he was advocating for proximity to whiteness. No, he was advocating for access. If I'm a man and I got a family and we on a road and we driving through a town, I want my wife and my kids to be able to use the bathroom right here instead of having to go behind a shed somewhere to use the bathroom. If I'm living in a town that so happens to be a town where it's a school where there happens to be a school where it's predominantly white kids in there. Why can't my kids go to the school instead of having me go way across town and have my kids go there when we only probably got one car and we might not be able to do that, right? If me and my family hungry, if we hungry and I'm trying to go through town and get us something to eat, well, I should be able to get something to eat from right here instead of having to go way across town to do that, right? And why can't our black kids go to them schools with the resources at them esteemed schools that the white kids go to and bring them resources back to us? He was arguing for access to certain things, right? But look at what Martin Luther King Jr. was saying before he was assassinated. He was arguing for reparations. He was fighting for reparations for black folks before he was taken out, right? Before he was assassinated, he was talking about reparations for black folks, telling black folks, hey man, they tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and we never had a boot in the first place, right? But just think about this though, because Trump supporting white people, they love to use Martin Luther King Jr. as their good Negro. All he said, judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Right? Martin Luther King Jr. is supposed to be the good one to them. And he still said, we taking that MLK holiday, we taking that up out of there for a free entrance to national parks. We taking that holiday up out of there. And he's supposed to be presented as their good Negro, right? So if they looking at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. like that, just imagine what they think about your black butt. For real. Just imagine what they think about you. I remember when I was in Jonesboro, Arkansas, I'll never forget this. Because I had a race gender media class when I was in grad school, taught by a black woman named Miss Sandra Combs. God rest Miss Combs' soul. She passed away about a month and a half ago. My favorite instructor at Arkansas State University. And she taught a race gender media class, and the class was full of white kids, and there was a few of us black kids up in there, right? And she was unapologetically black. She talked about white privilege and all of that in front of them. And she did not care. She talked about how she was against that Confederate flag, and there is no amount of heritage that would allow her to believe that that flag isn't racist. And because that flag, everywhere we went, was used to terrorize black folks, right? But let's just get to what she was saying. I remember we was in that class, we was in race gender media class, and she spoke about the people in Jonesboro trying to fight against a street being named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There were people in Jonesboro, Arkansas, fighting against a street being named after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They did not want it at all. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., they try to present him as the one that they like, right? As the one that they like. And they said, hell no. We still not letting y'all name a street after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. here. We're fighting back against that. And I know what it was, because when I got down there, I saw them Confederate flags out that month. And all around, and I saw all the houses that had them Confederate flags on them also had MAGA signs in front of their house. So that let me know what I was dealing with, where I was at for real. You know what I mean? Honestly, yeah. And Dr. Martin Luther King did say he feared he may have misled his people with some rhetoric, you know. But yeah, he was talking about getting reparations for black folks and all of that, you know, for real. And man, I gotta find out. I accidentally blocked my dog Zero from the chat. You know that block button is too close to like the button where you put people's quotes on screen. I gotta figure out how to get my dog Zero back up in here because I don't know how the hell that happened. Remember how they used to throw the word thug around shortly after Kaepernick? They thought they was slick. Man, listen, what? I was in school at Arkansas State University when Colin Kaepernick took a knee. I was in Arkansas State. Man, I was in Jonesboro when a lot of stuff happened. When Donald Trump became president. Oh, that's Zero. Got you. I figured that was you, bro. I ain't, man, for real, man. Hey, I don't know how I did that, bro. How like you know that was an accident. I ain't mean to block you at all. I tried to put your comment on screen, and on StreamYard, when you're trying to highlight a comment, it's right next to the block button, and I accidentally tapped that, and I'm like, damn, man. I think you go to a list of people you blocked. I gotta figure out how to get to that list. But anyway, yeah, man. It to me, I look at Black Trump supporters like, man, y'all are absolutely delusional. You're delusional to think that this man is including you in his plans for America. You not included in that, boy. And I remember, let me say this too, man. I remember during the time when Donald Trump, when the election was happening between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I saw card cracking ass dudes that I knew growing up talking about y'all don't get it. And I ain't here to argue nothing. Y'all don't get what's happening out here. Motherfucker, you don't get what's happening. First of all, any person zeroing out their own family members' accounts to get rich, I have no respect for you. You out here zeroing out people that you love and people around you, zeroing out their accounts. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You out here doing shiesty stuff on people that you close to, that you call your friends, and you think I'm finna listen to shit you got to say? What? What are we getting at, bro? And I know you don't know what you're talking about. I know you don't. I know you have no idea what you're talking about. Them the same people talking about Donald Trump got us the stimulus checks. Them was the same people talking that. Nah, you know we family Mac. I mean Mac. You know we family Zero. I'm calling you Mac. You know we family Zero. I ain't even mean to do that, boss. Yeah. Like for real. They ain't have yo black buddy in here riding out for Donald Trump. He gonna give us this, that, and the third. Man, Donald Trump ain't had one meeting with black folks. Ain't even tried to make it look like he was finna do nothing for us. Got in the office and say, what? What you want? Let black folks, let them same black Trump supporters come to Donald Trump door. Hey, can we get a slice of bread? He gonna open the door. Get a slice of bread. Hell no. Close the door. The hell you. He come there. Them black Trump supporters come to Donald Trump footstep, come to his doorstep asking for something. He gonna be like, the hell do you want? Bye. Slam the door on them. I got time for y'all. For real, man. You exactly. You right though, bro. The game is over. He don't gotta pretend. And they in there, oh, we didn't know this. What you mean you didn't know all this was gonna happen? He told you what he was gonna do. And y'all sit up in here, it ain't finna be like that. What? When a person tell you what they finna do, they telling you what their plans are, and you keep denying it. This ain't what, he ain't finna do that. He telling you exactly what he finna do. He telling you, oh, I'm racist. He ain't racist. He just saying that. What? Come on, man. Said Candace Owens. There you go, Charlie X. Candace Owens had a lawsuit based on racial discrimination. Please keep this in mind when you hear her talk about the non-existence of racism. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? And that's why when people, black folks, Candace Owens winning over people's hearts because now she trying to go against MAGA now. Now she's winning over our hearts. I'm not a brother that's easily fooled like that. You can't come running over here after you've been throwing us under the bus for the longest of time, and I'm finna accept you with open arms when you've been trashing us to that conservative anti-black audience that she got on her channel. You've been trashing us for the longest. You developed a conservative anti-black audience, and now since you against MAGA, you think I'm finna run and kiss you and hug you. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at all. None whatsoever. I always tell people, I say this on every live stream. I always remember when black folks were saying, yeah, exactly, stay your ass over there. When black folks were saying, man, she hold us accountable. She just holding us accountable. And I say, man, who is she holding us accountable in front of? In front of black folks, white folks that don't give a damn about black people, who hate and despise black people. So holding us accountable in front of them, what is that going to do? All that does is give credence to their anti-black racism. They clap it up for her when she was talking about us. That's right, Candace. Tell those Negroes how degenerate they are. Tell those Negroes they ain't nothing. Tell them they never gonna be nothing in life. Tell them that they're at the bottom of the totem pole and they're gonna stay down there. Tell them that their culture is horrible and it's despicable, right? And it's disgusting. And you know, all the young MAGA people will tell us your culture is disgusting. But you know, it's so crazy. They say all of that and can't wait to listen to black music, do black dances, and engage in black trends and black fashion trends and all of the above. You know? Brian Chapman says she's showing out for white acceptance, nothing more. A lot of them do that. The Hodge twins, Officer Tatum, all of them be on that same type of time. Stevie Knight of the Ku Klux Klan. Y'all know Stevie Knight of the Ku Klux Klan. I call him that all the time, you know. Oh, I remember, I still remember when Sinners came out and that brother said the movie is woke. He couldn't wait to call Wumi Masaku the fat black girl. He couldn't wait to do that. The fat black girl, he loved to say that. And then the white girl he dating, she up in the video with a black scent. Why y'all gas it out? But why y'all gas it out there? Ah! He said Stevie deleted all of his videos in the album and preached. Did he? Because he know he looks stupid. You know what I'm saying? We're the one. Hold on. Yeah, all in the video, dancing, all of that. Yeah, man. Like for real, man. So yeah, but I just remember, man, all the black Trump supporters, they were delusional and embarrassing, you know. Because it's gonna be black people that see that Donald Trump, that they see what happened with MLK Day and him removing Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth as holidays. It's gonna be black people that see that and say, so what? It's still not racist though. It's gonna be black people that see him erasing black history. And they're gonna say, man, so what? That don't affect me though. That don't affect me. Yes, it does, stupid. Stupid. You know, I'm tired of people being dumb. Like, it's too much information out here in this world to keep being dumb, to keep being stupid. There's too much information out here, like for you to get it, to just keep being willfully ignorant at every time. Um, yeah, and it's like people saying, you know, Candace Owens attractive. You can be attractive, but if you are a butter biscuit eater and you are a bootlicker, you align yourself with anti-black folks, you continue to throw black folks under the bus. I don't care how beautiful you are. I ain't standing. I am not. I'm not standing with you, and that includes Stacey Dash. I ain't standing with you. I don't care how beautiful you look and all that. Hey, you align yourself with oppressors all the way. You align yourself with oppressors all the way. But yeah, I'm not letting, just because she anti-MAGA now, I'm just gonna accept. I'm gonna accept. Oh, come on, Candace. Come on over here with, man. What? Stay over there. Stay over there. I don't care. Stacey Dash, we always used to look at Stacey Dash, thought she was cold. I remember, yeah, Stacey, as soon as I seen what I remember I was in grad school with Stacey Dash, said that stupid stuff she said. I bet what got her up out of there. Right? But yeah, black people out here thinking just because she anti-MAGA, now we supposed to just welcome her to the proverbial cookout, to the figurative cookout. Come on, Candace, get a plate, sit down. Hell no. Like, I'm not easily swayed like that. You can't be throwing black folks under the bus all like if Jason Whitlock suddenly had a change of heart tomorrow and he say, you know what? I'm riding with black folks. I'm standing with black folks. I don't want him nowhere around. What? No, you cannot be trusted. Stay over there. Stay over where you was at, bro. You've been bootlicking for so long. Keep it up. That you need to just stick to that. Because you can't be trusted over here. You be in there, you come over here to be an informant. And be the same brother that ratted out Chairman Fred Hampton from Chicago, Illinois. I'm not like, no. Jason Whitlock, he definitely would be an informant. If ever if he turned a new leaf and said, I'm standing with black folks now. No. You can't grift and think you finna come over here and still get love and support from blacks. Not from me. That don't work on me. I'm gonna tell you to kick rocks. That is not something that's gonna have me like, oh, oh, I'm with you. And hell no. You know? But the whole thing with removing MLK Day and Juneteenth as a day for free acceptance for national parks, like some people think, oh, that ain't a big deal. No, this is a racist microaggression done on a national scale. That is a racist microaggression done on a national scale. And some people too silly to realize that. Like that woman that was like, we don't even go to national parks like that in the first place. What's the big deal? First of all, there are black people that go to national parks. Let's just stop acting like we all don't go to, like we all have the same interests all across the board. No, there are black people who go to national parks quite often and all of that. So to say we don't even go to national park, no. And even if we didn't, it's the principle of it. It's a racist microaggression he's sending a message. Exactly. It's the message he's sending. And if you can't see that, you dumber than what I thought. And sometimes, I know it sounds harsh to call people dumb, but some people got to get called dumb in his lifetime. Some people got to get called dumb. And it's okay. When you say not so bright things and you just keep being foolish, we got to call you dumb. He said, Charlie X said, and let's keep it real. The reason why Whitlock don't like Prime is because Prime said there are certain people who are scared by a black man leading young black men. That's where it started. Oh, I mean, Jason Whitlock don't like any black man who talks about race when it's in favor of black folks at all. If you black, he only wants you to say things like racism don't exist. He wants you to say that color doesn't matter. He wants you to be a black man and say color doesn't matter. Racism doesn't exist. The real racists were back in the day when our grandfathers was living. He wants you to say stuff like that. If you say if it's racism going on, if you say it's racism going on today in any shape, form, or fashion, oh, he against you all the way. He gonna say we got to get up off of you right now. Yeah, the gloves are off. The love is done. I'm not a brother empathizing with for people. I'm not empathizing with people who are an apologist for white supremacists. I don't empathize with them at all. I don't have any empathy for them. I remember when right, because they call us victims. You're being a victim. I remember when Stevie Knight of the Ku Klux Klan, when he got called out for his review of the movie Sinners, and he was like, because I was in the I'm like, I got like 800 likes on my comment. I said, I told him, you don't like the movie because you are something that rhymes with the word tune. I said, you don't like this movie because You are something that rhymes with the word tune. And black folk, people was liking my comment heavily. And I remember he made a video going through his comments and was like, look at how my own people are talking about me. They're talking about me. Like, look at it. They're calling me all these names. Look at they talking about me. Brother, all that crying. I'm not, boy, that don't move me. All that crying you doing, you pump your chest out to talk shit about black folks and black art and throw black people under the bus at every turn. You pump your chest out to do that. And then when we get on your head for what you doing, now you want to get on YouTube crying and putting on a performance for the MAGA conservatives that you got so they can say, it's okay, black boy. There's my African American. Hey, look at my African American over here. It's okay, African American. Let me pat you on the head and call you a good old boy and give you a butter biscuit to eat. Let me give you a butter biscuit to eat and pat you on the head. It's okay. You trying to put on a show for them, crying and whining for them. Like that's gonna get me to have some empathy for you. Look at my African American over here. That's how they look at Stevie Knight. Look at my and and what's the other boy's name? What's the baby buck dancer's name? The Cartier family. The baby buck dancers. You know, I can't stand them at all. I can't stand them at all. You know, they look at them the same. Look at my young African Americans over here. Look at my young Tobies. That's what they call them, young Tobies. Look at my young Tobies. Proud to be next to us. Stevie Knight. That's why. So when people be like, if they would have changed their views, would I accept them? No. Once you over there kowtowing to white supremacists, you gotta stay over there and eat the casserole. You can't come over here and eat macaroni and cheese. You gotta eat casserole over there. You can't come to the cookout over here. Stay over there. You gotta eat stuffing instead of dressing. You gotta stay over there. I ain't, like I'm not. Stay over there. All that. I changed my opinion. I changed my views. No, absolutely not. Because you meant what you said the first time. You just realize it's not going well for you, and you feel like it's probably in your best interest to grift over to here. And I'm not a brother that you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. That's just not me. You can't get me to believe anything you say, and I just fall for that. No. Growing up in Chicago, Illinois, I didn't grow up around a lot of slicksters, tricksters, a lot of brothers that do a whole lot of like fast talking. And I know when I'm getting conned, when I'm getting schemed on all the way around. You say he's such a pathetic brother. Who y'all talking about? That's a pathetic brother. Mimosa 1996. Yes, that's the same Jason Whitlock who said LeBron James shouldn't be bothered by racist spraying graffiti of the N-word on his house. He says, who cares? It doesn't affect you because you're rich. Told LeBron because he's rich, it don't affect him. It shouldn't bother him because he got money. What? This is how he thinks. This is that butter biscuit eating mentality. Hey, racism don't bother me. I gotta, the white people like me. They give me a few little chunk of change in my pocket. So it's okay. Give me a good chunk of change. And they always give me rubs on the head and pats on the back. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. Chris Broussard had to check in quick. Yes. I remember when Chris Broussard was on that episode, he was like, it's my show, Chris. And Chris was like, I don't care. Chris Broussard was like, I don't care. And I'm like, yeah, you need voices like that on there. But Chris Broussard wasn't on there much longer after that. He wasn't coming on there as a special guest no more after that. See, I got to keep Chris up off of here. Because he knew Chris was going to go to a whole nother level on him. He knew Chris Broussard was going to go in. But yeah, man, I just find black Trump supporters very embarrassing. Um, very stupid all the way around. And then a lot of them are willing to be used as tokens all the way through just for proximity to whiteness, a whiteness that does not like their own people, that a whiteness that can't stand black folks at all. They will get used up in that system just to say, look at how the white folks like me and look at me. Yeah, Brian Chapman, you have enough money to turn your back on your people. You made enough money, right? And I always say this because anti-black conservative white folks, they always want black men, black folks, black men and women that gain influence. They want black men and women who gain influence to be individualistic. They always tell black folks who gain prominence, the anti-black white folks. They always say, hey man, you don't owe it to none of them in your community to help them. You don't owe them a thing. Just take care of yourself, because they don't want us to come together and pull our resources together and uplift other people so we can be in the same positions that they in. Because when the day that happens, they're going to continue to move the goalposts. Just like with black women, when they seen black women getting them nursing degrees and some other degrees, they deem some of those degrees not professional. They deemed that those degrees were not professional because they saw black women were gaining those degrees at a high level and a high rate. It's oh, wait a minute. Oh, hell no, we can't have this. We can't have this now. Oh, wait a minute. They getting these degrees too now. They getting some of the money we got. We can't have this now. Now we got to say these degrees are not professional. So we can make it harder for them to get to this money. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like they don't fool me with it. They don't fool me with that at all. But yeah, man, it's a lot of them anti-black white folks. What? They don't want you. They don't want them MAGA, the Trump supporting black folks nowhere near them at all. They just want you there for the photo. They want them there for the photo op. But there, they teach black folks to be individualistic. They say, don't don't help them black folks. Don't help them other. You made it. You made it. Why can't they do the same thing? That's what they say to black folks. You made it. Why can't they do it? And a brother thinks to himself, well, every black, if it, they do that to black athletes all the time. You made a way for yourself. Why can't they do it? And it's like, well, everybody is not as fast as me. Everybody is not athletically inclined as me. Everybody that's black is not a superior athlete, right? Well, a black lawyer, you made it. Why couldn't they do it? Well, I didn't. Everybody didn't have a chance to get into certain programs that I got into. Some black folks were not privy to some of these other programs at all. So they didn't have a way to make it in these programs because I was blessed to be able to be in the right place at the right time. They trick black people into being individualistic while telling their own to be community driven, right? Which is why in corporate America, you'll see white people hiring their niece and nephews who don't have the degrees to be in those positions, right? Who don't have the education to be on that level of prominence making that type of money. You know? My mother was an accountant at a law firm, and they was some of them them attorneys had their family that did not have certain degrees, and they're making bank. Cause hey, it's my niece, it's my nephew, that's my best friend's son, that's my best friend's daughter. They are community driven. They are community, and they will trick black people into being individualistic. Don't help them black folks. Shoot, you made it on your own. Why can't they? Why can't they? When they got nepotism running rampant all through their organizations and all through their businesses, right? And Charlie X, absolutely. Donald Trump been on that since the Central Park Five, and I told a story at the beginning of this live stream where I said around the time that Joe Biden first became president, I remember I was in a barber shop and his barber was like, "Why y'all say Donald Trump racist? Because that's what they telling y'all to. That's what they telling y'all to believe. Because they telling y'all to believe that." And I'm looking like, no, this is the same man who put ads in the newspaper for the Central Park Five to get the death penalty. And when it came out, when they were exonerated, he never apologized for it at all, and didn't care to apologize, none whatsoever. You know? So told them, hey, kick rocks. You know? Told them kick rocks. And here come black folks, why you think he racist? I'm looking at, brother, that could have been your kids or could have been you. These were young men who were in the wrong place at the wrong time, or not even wrong place, wrong time, got picked out of a lineup just because. Just because. Got blamed for something. That could have been you or your kids. And you out here, that don't mean he racist. Until it happened to you. Then you, oh, I didn't know he was gonna do this. I didn't know this. How the hell didn't you know? You thought he was your friend? Thank you for being a friend. Come on, man. Like, exactly, Brian Chapman, the Good Old Boys Network. Look at the NFL coaching landscape over its history. Absolutely. As they all get their family members and friends and sons and brothers jobs all across the board. All across the board. That's why I told y'all when LeBron James got Bronny James that contract, I didn't give a damn. Black folks in there talking about it was black folks, man, he didn't work for it. And I said, so what? So what? It's white folks in position to get their kids jobs and get them all type of opportunities, and they dare you. They dare you to say something about it. They dare you to say something about it. They say, yeah, I got my son this job opportunity. I got my daughter this job opportunity. Yeah, they not qualified. Yeah, you right. They don't got the degree to be up in here. But I dare you to say something. It ain't stopping nothing. It ain't stopping nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's 100%. That's exactly how they carry themselves. So when LeBron got Bronny James, how could he do this, man? What? You're not finna holler that at me when I saw George Karl get his son Kobe Karl on the LA Lakers. When I saw Luke Walton keep a job for years when he was garbage because he was Bill Walton's son, right? I saw John Berry, not Brent, because Brent Berry was the one with the game. Brent Berry was nice. He was nice. John Berry, he was all right as a shooter. He wasn't no knockdown, dead-eye shooter. He couldn't play a lick of defense, but he stayed on a roster because he was Rick Barry's son. Because he was Rick Barry, the legendary Rick Barry's son. So he stayed on the roster because of that. Oh, yeah. Talk about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden got him interviews, told y'all he be on that stuff. And what? Told y'all he be on that stuff. And was on payroll all the way. So all the way. Yeah, when they be, you think they finna have you gonna move them? You think that you finna stop what they got going on? They gonna look at you and say, hey, what you finna do? What you finna do about it? Yeah, my son up in here. Yeah, my son is on drugs or whatever, and I dare you to say something that I got him this job. Yeah, and like you said, Shador, he was cold in college, one of the top quarterbacks in college, right? But it was just the fact that they didn't like Deion Sanders and his approach to things. So they're like, we're gonna show him. We're gonna show him. Because Shador was not, he was putting up mega stats. Even this, look. Because I always say this. You know, all the MAGA folks, they talk about black culture. And black men have all these baby mamas and all of that. And I'm like, Donald Trump got like 3 baby mamas, huh? Right? Boy, you think Barack Obama could have 3 baby mamas and been in office? It don't matter if he was married to them or not. They gonna say he keep getting married, keep getting divorced, keep getting married, keep getting divorced. Oh man, he's not stable. Oh, he gotta be a guy that just loves to be with different women. You know, he might be a philanderer. We can't have a guy like that as president. What? What if Donald Trump got 3 baby mamas? Is you crazy? But if Barack Obama had 3 baby mamas, they gonna say, "Oh my God, this is ghetto. This is ghetto." His name is Barack, and he has 3 baby mamas, and they will call him. They would call the women his baby mamas, even if he was married to them. They wouldn't say his ex-wives. They would say his baby mamas. But Donald Trump, he get to have baby mamas, criminal record, everything, and it's good in the hood, huh? It's all good. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's like when Amber Rose got her bald head ass up there aligning herself with MAGA and pro-Trump. And I said, you know what, woman? If you were a Democrat, they would call you every whore and every slur and in the book. They would call her every name in the book for that slut walk she had. They would call her a Jezebel. They would call her all type of derogatory words for having that slut walk that she was doing, right? Because MAGA, they are conservative. They like upstanding women who are committed and married to men and have families and are married with children, women who practice monogamy. MAGA doesn't traditionally uplift sexually liberated women like Amber Rose. I'm like, Amber, if you was a Democrat, they would call you every whore in the book. Yeah, Elon Musk, got all he get. Got baby mamas, all galore, all these kids everywhere. And it's cool. Cause he Elon. But what? They looking at Nick Cannon, you's a problem. You're a problem. So I know how this go, man. But like I said, black folks caping for Donald Trump are despicable. Despicable. And like you said, you're right. Ain't nothing conservative about them fools at all. Nothing conservative about it. They try to act like we're under the conservative banner, but when you get into their life and you find out all the sexual deviance that they are and how they get down, when them skeletons start coming out them closet and you find out how they are just sexual deviants to the core. They probably got dudes probably got girls pooping on them and they in their free time. But will sit up here and talk to you about being upright and conservative and having strong values and being sexually conservative and being sexually responsible and sexually disciplined. You know MAGA paying Amber Roses they would pay out Amber Rose to sleep with them. Yeah, you know they in them conferences paying call girls left and right, paying to get pooped on and stuff, paying to get uh um that Dubai special. They probably paying for the Dubai special from girls. Like it ain't nothing. Y'all know that. Yeah, Melania Trump. And dudes too, you're right. A lot of them. Yeah, man. What? You know how this go. You already be knowing how this go. You talk about MAGA boys crash grinder every time they get together. That's why they be like hitting them boys. For real, man. And be sitting up here talking about they sexually conservative and all of that. Then next thing you know, you find out this dude got a wife, but he didn't had a boyfriend for 20 years. That he be paying off the boyfriend, be in the family pictures with them. Boyfriend be on all the trips with them. He got a wife and kids, and he got a boyfriend and another dude on the side. Yeah, but they so conservative. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but I just had to get on here and talk about the hypocrisy of black folks that be out here riding with MAGA. Like the hypocrisy of them and how stupid they are. Cause you know, I'm looking at what Donald Trump did, and his removing MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and Juneteenth as the day for free entrance into national parks. And I know black folks gonna be black Trump supporters. They're gonna be like, they're gonna defend it. He's not racist, man. He's not racist. How could you say these things? Look at what y'all voted for, man. This man trying to get our history up out of here. And that's y'all man's. That's y'all guy. All to get them hugs and kisses from white supremacists. What the fuck? What did that do for you? You think white ice is that cold and you love, like, y'all really Uncle Ruckus like that? Y'all really Uncle Ruckus, what Uncle Ruckus say? Color folks talking about save me. Wasn't nothing wrong with slavery. At least we had good food back then. Uh-huh, uh-huh. The white man sure could be your friend. All right, and he replaced it with his birthday. I said, now, first of all, that's narcissistic as hell, right? But let's just say he wanted to have his birthday be a day that you can get in there into the national parks for free. Okay, cool. But why you had to take away Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Why did you have to do that? You did that because you're racist and you don't like black folks and you wanted to make a point. You wanted to prove a point. I'm not with you, Negroes. F y'all. F y'all. I'm not with y'all. If Trump said he wanted slavery to return, black Trump supporters would support it. Man, listen, I watched Charlie Kirk sit and say that black folks are better off during slavery because at least we committed less crime. And I saw black folks trying to explain that away. I saw black nocturnal animals, black raccoons trying to explain that away. You got to understand. He's a good man. He's a good y'all boy Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown here. This is a good man. He a good Christian man. You know, they love to throw out and weaponize Christianity. You know, that convenient Christianity. All the way. I made a video about convenient Christianity on this channel. You know, they preach being Christian beliefs and Christian values. But Charlie Kirk wasn't doing that, man. Charlie Kirk was out here being racist to the core. Talking about black women don't have the brain processing power to be taken seriously. If you see a black pilot, he's gonna wonder if they're qualified or not. Painting black folks as the face of degeneracy and the face of crime in this country, saying that we were better off during slavery because we committed less crime, right? And somehow, some way, we're supposed to mourn him and cry for him. We supposed to be having tears for him. We supposed to be hollering and moaning and groaning and rolling around on the ground for a guy that don't like us. Yeah, his last breath, he up on a college tour talking about the degeneracy of black folks and black gang members and black thugs, all to be unalived by a man that looks like him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Kwame Brown, he got a family, he got a wife, he got a family, and this how y'all gonna do Charlie Kirk? He's a good man, a good Christian man. He got a family, he got a wife. How could you do that, man? I'm looking like, man, y'all be out here riding with Kwame Brown. I know what time Kwame was on as soon as I saw all them American flags draped around him, because I said, unless this is the 4th of July, unless this is the Olympics, why the hell do you have all these American flags all around you so much? What you so patriotic about, brother? While we all are glad to be in America and have the freedoms that we have in America, whenever I see a brother, and I know all our brothers, our ancestors fought in these wars and all of that, but you know how this country has gotten down on us. When I see you got all these American flags all around you, I know what time it is, right? When I see you dressed like a Confederate fisherman, when I see you in Duck Dynasty apparel at all times, right? When I see you in Brett Favre jeans, you know what Brett Favre jeans I'm talking about on a regular basis. When your favorite pair of jeans is the Brett Favre Wrangler editions, right? When I know I didn't see you on here victim shaming Breonna Taylor, when I didn't see you riding out for Kyle Rittenhouse, oh, I know what time this is right here. So all that anti-Stephen A. Smith babble he was doing, I'm out here, I'm against Stephen A. Smith because I'm for the black athlete, the black man. I'm riding for the black man. I saw through that immediately. Yeah, D, He wear that Duck Dynasty apparel. Brother got the swag of a Confederate fisherman. And think I'm finna be out here. You think I'm gonna think you pro-black? Ha! Ha! No. Because the moment he was saying he was against Stephen A. Smith sullying the reputations of black American athletes, and the first moment he start clowning LeBron James out of nowhere. And he does it every single day. He was making LeBron James videos every day. How much he hate LeBron James, how much LeBron ain't this and ain't that and ain't that. And I said, well, damn, Kwame, didn't you say Stephen A. Smith was doing that to you? Didn't you say Stephen A. Smith was humiliating you at every turn and trying to talk down on you? But here you are replicating his behavior, except LeBron James ain't said a damn thing about you, right? And some would say, well, Mac, you only feel like that because you a LeBron fan, bro. He could have done that to Allen Iverson. He could have done it. He could have done that to Kobe Bryant, right? And I would say, what the hell is your problem with dude, right? He could have done that to Sebastian Telfair. And I would say, why are you acting like this? Why are you doing the same thing, carrying out the same behavior that you said Stephen A. Smith shows on a regular basis? You know what I'm saying? But you know, we think Kwame is the all-seeing eye because he does mama's cooking, boy, mama's cooking. And he cracks a few jokes about Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Now we supposed to feel like he the all-seeing eye. Man, get up out of here, man. Had he done it to T-Mac, no, I know. I keep telling y'all I had Tracy McGrady jersey growing up. If it was Tracy McGrady, I would say, what did Tracy? And he got out on Tracy McGrady. When Tracy McGrady said he felt like he could win championships with Shaq if you put him on that team, he called Tracy McGrady all type of stupid and dumb. And if I was Tracy McGrady, I would have lit fire up in Kwame Brown ass. Kwame would have been every butter biscuit eating fool. I would have what? Y'all seen Kwame Brown? He was all under my comments on my video. He was mad as hell at me. When I made a video calling him a MAGA shield, when I called him a MAGA shield and a MAGA man, he was all in the comments on my video. You could have come on my live stream. I'm live every day. We could have had a conversation. I'm not conversing with you, Goofy. Not conversing with you. Like, what? I know you on that MAGA babble. What we're conversing with you for? It's not gonna change nothing you saying at all. You could have came and had a conversation with me. No. I'm gonna talk about your ass. Like you need to be talked about. Yeah, anytime somebody talk about something with confidence, people think that make them right. I don't care how much confidence you speak. I don't care how much you speak anti-black babble with confidence. I don't care how much confidence you have when you speak it. I'm about to light you up. All them brothers that's anti-black, they always come talk about, you ever notice they love pulling out Thomas Sowell, the ultimate butter biscuit buck dancer. Thomas Sowell, a black man that'll say, hey man, racism was eliminated in 1960. When slavery ended, racism was over with. What are we still complaining about it for? Racism ended when slavery was done. Racism ended right there. Khadija, what's going on? Yeah, try to call Tracy McGrady all type of stupid and dumb because he said he felt like he could have won championships if he was over there with Shaq. And because he thought it was a slight at Kobe. Oh, he's a dumb, stupid. Boy, I'd have let me been Tracy McGrady. Kwame said it about me. I'm lighting Kwame up, boy. And I'm gonna tell him stop crying on here every day. Crying, talking about, and that's why I said when black folks kept trying to pacify him, because they thought he was standing with black folks. They thought he was standing with the black man. They was defending Kwame. Kwame wasn't a bust. You know, he was around all them years. Man, Kwame was a bust. He was the #1 overall pick, which means they expect you to be the cornerstone of a franchise. He was getting passed around like a blunt in front of the corner store on the south side of Chicago. You were getting passed around from team to team. like a blunt in front of Happy Liquors on 79th Street on the south side of Chicago. For real. Oh, Liz, he wasn't no bust. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. You know, but like I said, man, I just had to get on here and talk. Oh, man, I got a Cash App donation, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't know. Somebody want me to say their name, but I appreciate that. That's love, man. Appreciate the Cash App donation, man. Saying it was because of his his laziness that he ain't getting nowhere he supposed to get where he was supposed to go. He was getting passed around, getting passed around like a Kardashian through the NBA. And here talking about he ain't no trying to pacify him. He wasn't no bust. Yes, he was. You know what I'm saying? And he was a bust because Michael Jordan didn't help. Michael Jordan was punking him so much. Michael Jordan was punking him, and for some strange reason, he don't say nothing about Michael Jordan. But he got all the smoke for LeBron James, but not the man who was punking him every day. Not the man who was greeting him saying, "What's up, ho?" That's how they said Michael Jordan used to greet Kwame Brown. I'm not lying. Gilbert Arenas said Mike would say, "What's up, ho?" when he's saying Kwame Brown. And if Mike addressed me like that, we fight. We fight. Or I'm responding, "What's up, bitch?" If he say I'm a hoe, I'm gonna call him a bitch, and it's just gonna be up from there. Whatever happened, it happened. But you're not gonna greet me saying "What's up, hoe?" Nah, that's not how we doing that. I don't care. But that's how he was greeting Kwame Brown. Charlie X said he was part of the reason why the post game started to be eliminated from the game. Charlie X, you said him and Kenyon Martin. Him and Kenyon Martin. Yeah, that's how Mike said Mike was greeting Kwame like that. We would have had to fight. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike, I got to go upside your head because you playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Kwame ain't recovered from that. Michael Jordan was sending Kwame to the store to go get the rubbers and to go get the liquor, the yak, because you know Michael Jordan love that yak. That's why his eyes yellow, like he about to transform into a dragon, because he like that. That's why he looked like he, half Targaryen, like he about to turn into a snake or something. Cause Mike like that, he like that yak. So Mike like y'all know Mike like that liquor. That's why they call him Black Cat, cause Mike looked like Bagheera the Panther from the Jungle Book, cause he got the yellow eyes. So he said sounds like Michael Jordan was an a-hole. Oh, what? Michael Jordan was a supreme a-hole all the way. And everybody says it. Everybody that know him say it. It's just that he was the greatest basketball player to ever walk this earth, so he get away with it. But yeah, Mike definitely was an a-hole all the way around. Oh, y'all ain't me in here talking about Michael Jordan. His eyes. You said I hate that pat. Well, I don't know, Black Mall. I don't like men who try to play bully. So me and you said Bron don't like how you playing, he get you traded. I don't like men that tell another man you can't talk to me because you ain't got enough accolades. You can be direct. I don't care that you a direct asshole. Being an asshole is an asshole. I still want to whoop you. And I still got to crack your head. So yeah, you can get me traded, cool, whatever. But you in here talking to me like I'm a goofy every day. You talking to me like I'm a goofball Jamal. Yeah. Yeah, that's another level of disrespect. You trade me to another team, all right, cool, whatever. I'll go get my money somewhere else. I may want to stay on this team. I feel away. All right, okay, I might not like it. I might be mad that I'm going off the team if we got a championship team or whatever. He would act like y'all friends, then trade you. I To me, whatever, that's cool. But a man every day when I come in the locker room tormenting me, like treating me like I'm a goofy, that is just that Michael Jordan there coming there tormenting people. I don't got no respect for that either. Like, there's no way that's gonna ever be like, because you doing it to my face is cool. I ain't one of them. You can Just because you disrespect me to my face, don't mean I'm more accepting of that. Like, no, bro. You feel me? If I go into a school every single day, you said stand on how they feel. No, If I go into a school every day, like, you know what I'm saying? And also, Kobe Bryant them, they knew who to talk that shit to. Because Michael Jordan was sure not talking to Charles Oakley like that either. That ain't man stuff either. Don't say nothing to the dude over there that you're not gonna say don't say nothing to me that you're not gonna say to the killer in the corner, because you know he got that, Shorty got that soul lift on him. If you say it to dude in the corner with that ning ding, that you might be going up there. Don't say that to me if you ain't gonna say it to buddy over there. I don't respect dudes that do that. Don't come in a room and say something to dude right there that you're not gonna say to the little shorty in the corner that that it might get you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like Oakley is Michael Jordan's best friend 100%, right? But I'm saying, Mike, is he talking like that to a dude that'll knock his block off his head off his shoulder? No. To not be able to tell another man how you feel. See, I grew up with dudes like Michael Jordan and Scott and Kobe Bryant. So I don't respect it because I grew up with dudes that was like that. And they all got their ass whooped. You feel me? So like, I don't, just because you say it, I don't respect that. I still don't respect bully behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because in Chicago, you play bully enough, when you play tough, somebody gonna say, okay, you gotta show me how tough you are. You gotta show me that. Like, I don't care. It's always a dude growing up here. It was always a dude that feel like, are you tough? It's certain dude. Oh, you want to play? Okay, show me how tough you is. Show me that. I don't respect dude that play bully. I don't like that. So don't talk to me. Yeah, you ain't gonna tell Shorty in the corner that you only gonna say it to a dude that ain't gonna say nothing like that. That's not gonna be on that type of time to you. You feel me? Cause I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's certain dudes they know if you talk to certain dudes like that, it ain't gonna go that way. And I seen it all day in Chicago. Michael Jordan slapping Steve Kerr upside the head, all of that. No, go slap go slap what's the name now? Who I'm talking about? And go slap Anthony Mason. Go slap Mace, and then let me know what that is over there. That's what I be talking. I don't like that type of behavior. I never like bullies. That's my thing. I don't never like dudes that do that. So, right. But anyway, we getting off topic. We getting off topic. I don't like that. So, okay, you trade me, I might be mad or whatever. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might be mad. All right, whatever. MJ didn't do Rodman like that because he knew Rodman. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, what I'm saying is this. I don't think trading somebody, like getting somebody traded, is worse than bullying them. That's what I'm saying to you, Black Mall. I don't care if you want me to cut, if you saying you acting like we cool and I'm trading you, hey, it's like I don't think that's worse than bullying you every day. Like, I just don't. I ain't gonna see it like that. I don't think that's worse than bullying you I just don't think. I think bullying, I don't like them personality types. Which is why, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. So yeah, I don't think bullying somebody is worse. I don't think getting somebody traded is worse than bullying them. That's just me though. And see, that's the problem, Black Mom. That's why you view it like that. You say you don't have empathy for people who allow themselves to be bullied. But Black Mom, you got to understand, I have empathy for that. Because everybody don't come from the same environments that we come from, right? So there are some people who, again, did not come from these harsh environments where you have to do that. I have empathy because I know some people, man. Some people, they worried about, damn, if I cut up on Michael Jordan, I might be kicked out the league. If I cut up on Kobe Bryant, I might be kicked out the league, all of that. Or some people that never been in conflict like that. So I empathize with people that's trying to pull a dude card that you know is not going to do nothing. I have empathy for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, if you're going to be a wolf, you got to be a wolf with other wolves. That's what I have empathy for, because if you're a wolf, you're not a real wolf unless you're a wolf with other wolves. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you. I grew up around dude, my uncle now would call that out. And that's why I have empathy for that. You know what I mean? Like my uncle and them, like growing up in that era, they realized, you tell me you never had to make one of the homies stand up for themselves before? No, bro. I'm not a dude that get irritated with that type of stuff, bro. I don't. But again, I don't get irritated at a dude. I never had to make my homie stand up. No. I stood up for dudes though, bro. I stood up. I never got irritated with it. Cause I knew they wasn't cut like that, bro. Everybody not a goon. You know what I'm saying? Especially when in Chicago, when I know it's nigga, like, bro, here, I know what they up against. So I understand sometimes you might be nervous. Little Shorty, you know, Shorty got a pole on him, about as long as this my arm. You know, he got a brother that's a game banging like it ain't nothing. So I empathize. I don't get irritated with that. I know there's little shorties that ain't never been in them environments. Some dudes ain't cut like that. And I don't get mad at them for not being cut like that, bro. You get mad at them for not being cut like that. I don't, bro. I don't get mad at them for not being cut like that. It's just some dudes don't, if they not like cut like that. They ain't had to been in them environments, and I don't get mad at that. I get mad at the dude knowing Shorty ain't cut like that, and you trying to play tough with him. I get mad at that. You trying to play tough with him, knowing you can't do it to me or him over there. I think you a weak dude for doing that, for trying to prey on the weak. Yeah. I think you a weak dude for trying to prey on the weak like that. Instead of the dude over there, you know, Shorty, he ain't never been in them environments like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get irritated with dudes that just, oh, you ain't defending us. I'm getting nah, I don't. I like, nah, why you keep messing with Shorty though? You know Shorty ain't on that type of time. No, do that over here with me. And then, you know what I'm saying? Do that over here with dude over here that you know will get on there with you. That's why I get irritated with that. Now, and that's just me though. Everybody different. Everybody, but I was never one of the dudes. I was one of the dudes who stopped shorties from being bullied. I'm being real. That was my personality. And that's why I think, bro, truthfully, that's why I don't gravitate to certain type of bullying characteristics. I was the dude um that stopped dudes from being bullied. For real. And that was my personality. Hey, fam, leave dude alone. Joe, he ain't on that. Leave him alone. You know he ain't in, that ain't the environment. He ain't from that. Like, leave him alone. You know? So it was dudes I had to, hey, no. And it was times I did. Leave him alone, Joe. Leave him alone. So, and that's why I don't like Kwame Brown. Because Kwame Brown try to play all of that. Well, again, he try to play tough with LeBron James, but he ain't gonna say nothing to Michael Jordan. That's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't got way off topic of the video, but way, way off topic. But y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, though, y'all know I be going off tangent. I be going on tangents for sure. Yeah. Or Kobe was also on bully time with Kwame Brown holding him every day. Ah. You know what I'm saying? It's some dudes. uh, and then because it's some dudes that defend themselves and you finna get whooped. And some dudes be like, damn, I can't get whooped every day. It's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kobe was definitely punking Kwame Brown on a regular basis. And Kwame loved Kobe draws because he was punking him so good. He punked me, right? He punked me like a real man. Michael Jordan punked me like a real man supposed to do. He punked me like a real man supposed to get punked. I mean, of course, you gotta let them know you willing to fight, right? You gotta let them know. But that's being willing to fight ain't gonna stop it a lot of times, bro. You can be willing to fight, and if you can't fight, it ain't gonna stop it a lot of times. I'm being for real. It sound that's what in the movies, it be like you willing to fight, it's gonna stop. Like, nah. If you willing to fight and you not successful, it ain't gonna stop it a lot of times. It's just like, yeah, you willing to fight, but yeah, it might not stop you getting beat on every day. So damn, you will hope somebody be like, hey man, leave Shorty alone. Leave Shorty alone. That's the point. I know dudes that defending themselves and it still ain't finna stop them getting beat on. Cause it's until you able to beat them up, it ain't finna work. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, like it's some stuff you know, like man, little Shorty, little as ever, man, he not gonna be able to beat dude up. He can stand up to him, and it ain't gonna go well every day, every time they get into it. You know? Yeah, Kwame Brown got a fetish with being dominated. A man dominated me like that. Michael Jordan dominated me, made me feel good. That's a real man. He dominated. He manhandled me, had his way with me. Pause, pause. But yeah, so you can defend yourself, and that's honorable. But sure, you know, every day you finna get whooped on. You know what I'm saying? So you defend yourself, but yeah. Kwame got a yeah. You can't fight, stay your see, look at Black Ball in here. That's why you ain't got no empathy. You feel like if you can't fight, don't be around, or you ain't gonna fight, don't be around him. uh Kwame love and domination sound like some oh my god, man. You dominate me like a real man supposed to. That's why Michael Jordan is the man in my book. Michael Jordan told me, Michael Jordan told me, hey, go fetch them balls out the stands, boy. Go fetch them basketballs. And I said, yeah, that's what a real man does. That's what a real man does. Michael Jordan greeted me every day with what's up, ho? And I likes that. I likes that in him. That made him a real alpha male to me. Made him a real alpha male. Ah! Hey, Kwame gonna see this live ready to fight me, boy. He already to whoop me. Yeah, man. What? That man call you that? I don't want to whoop me so bad. He see me. He ready to fight me somewhere for real. Cause I know that's that because he don't never say nothing about none of them. They would fuck him every day of the week. He always respect it on the utmost respect. A real man tells me that I ain't shit and tells me Sit my ass in the corner like a real man supposed to do. That's mama's cooking, boy. Mama's cooking. They gave me that mama's cooking, boy. Brian say, go on get that check. He said they beat me up. So, and if I get the money, y'all really gonna think Clutch Sports paying me for real. I told y'all, because everybody be like, are you getting paid by Clutch Sports? If I was, you would see me sitting. I would be doing videos inside of a Wraith by a fireplace. Oh my God, y'all. But look, man, look, y'all. I done been on here for a little minute, man. Shoot. I gotta I gotta eat, get my mind together for work tonight. I appreciate everybody that popped on here, show love, show support. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that gave a donation today, whether it was on Cash App or whether it was through the StreamYard app, through YouTube, whether it's through YouTube or through Cash App. I appreciate all the donations. It mean a whole lot to me, man. I appreciate all y'all coming on and listening. We had a big audience today, and I know we deviated off the topic for like the last 20 minutes, but sometimes that happens, man. Thank y'all for everybody coming in, giving input, leaving comments. Y'all hit the like button for me. If y'all hitting the like button means a lot to me because it keeps my videos in the algorithm. You know what I mean? Puts me back in the algorithm. So before y'all leave, please hit that like button. I thank y'all a lot. I'm going to holler at y'all a little later. Until next time, y'all, peace.